Hello, Camp Adventurers! Welcome to today's story time. My name is Gisela Trevino from Children's Museum Houston, and today we're going to be reading a story called The Magic School Bus Rides Again, Deep Sea Dive, a book about diving. For parents, before reading this story, brainstorm ideas of the types of ocean organisms you think that the Magic School Bus will see on their dive. While reading, look for the organisms that you brainstormed. Let's get started. Meet Miss Frizzle. No other teacher is like her. She takes her class on wild science field trips. They go on her magic school bus. It twirls and whirls and goes anywhere. Where will the bus be taking them today? Today, Miss Frizzle's class is visiting the ocean. D.A., what are you trying to catch? Carlos asks. I'm not fishing, says D.A. I'm using Yodi's smart locket to collect data. It can record temperature, depth, and more. I can't believe Yodi let you borrow it. It's her favorite gadget, says Carlos. That's why I tied it to my fishing line. See? Says D.A. She reels in the line, but the locket is gone. Uh-oh, she gasped. Meanwhile, Miss Frizzle and the rest of the class are down on the sand. On today's trip, we'll discover the denizens and zones of the ocean, says Tim. We'll find out what animals live in the ocean and which parts they live in, says Yodi. Suddenly, D.A. rushes over. Yodi, I'm sorry, I lost your locket, she cries. My locket? It's too smart to get lost. We can use a tracking device to find it, says Yodi. What about our field trip? Asks Arnold. We'll learn as we go. To the bus, says Miss Frizzle. Poof! The bus transforms into a submarine and dives into the ocean. Who's ready for a dip in the Intertidal Zone, says Miss Frizzle. The kids put on wetsuits and jump in. There's more life down there than just fish, Ralphie says. He sees a hermit crab, coral, and seagrass. As D.A. looks for the locket, the tide pulls her deeper into the ocean. Yodi catches D.A.'s arm. The tide goes in and out here. That's how the zone got its name. We have to follow the tide to find the locket, says D.A. Let's go deeper. This is the Pelagic Zone. Pelagic Zone. Also known as the Sunlight Zone, says Miss Frizzle. I bet most fish live in this zone, says Wanda. Correct. 90% of sea life is found in this zone, Miss Frizzle explains. I have the locket signal, cries D.A. It's down there. But Miss Frizzle won't let the kids go any deeper. Back on the bus, she explains, water is really heavy. The deeper you go, the heavier it gets. If you swam down there, the pressure would feel like a baby elephant was sitting on you. We can't stop now. Look, the locket is sending a video, says Yodi. Whoa, it's so dark down there, says Carlos. Water blocks sunlight. The deeper you go, the less light there is, explains Tim. On the bright side, the dark is full of surprises, says Miss Frizzle. Frizzle? I don't do surprises, says Arnold. I like that. Suddenly, a sea monster appears in the locket's video. We can't get my locket if it's guarded by a monster, cries Yodi. That's no monster. It's a goblin shark, says Miss Frizzle. We can't give up, says D.A. We need more data. She searches on her tablet. Only about 5% of the ocean has been explored. There's no data to help us. I'll never see my locket again, cries Jody. We can do it, says DA. We need to sneak past that shark. We are now entering the Mesopelagic Zone, also called the Twilight Zone, Miss Frizzle announces. This is my worst nightmare, Arnold cries. I think it's pretty. Look at those twinkling lights, says Wanda. Whoa, those lights are fish. They can make their own light, asks Carlos. Miss Frizzle nods. It's called a bioluminescence. But isn't that dangerous? Asked Keisha. Just then, the fish disappear. Wow, the light from above helps them camouflage, says Carlos. As the class goes deeper, the bus's lights land on some red creatures. How come we didn't see them before? They're bright red, says Jody. When there's so little light, red is the first color to disappear, says Tim. Miss Frizzle turns the bus red, and it sneaks past the shark. The bus is about to get the locket when a squid reaches out and grabs it first. Follow that squid, cries DA. The bus dives again, chasing the squid deeper into the ocean. Good news! The squid dropped the locket, says Miss Frizzle. Bad news. It fell into the Bits of Pelagic Zone, says DA. We're 5,000 feet down and the pressure weighs as much as an adult elephant, says Jody. And there's zero light, says Wanda. That's why this is called the Midnight Zone, says Miss Frizzle. It takes a lot of energy to survive down here. Instead of chasing their prey, they lure it with lights, says Miss Frizzle. And if anything gets too close, they catch it with their big mouths, says Carlos. Finally, the kids see the locket. But how can they grab it from the inside their subs? The class gets inspiration from the creepy fish. Bus, we need a big mouth, says DA. The bus opens its mouth and scoops up the locket, and the kids in their mini subs. Hooray! The kids shout. Everyone is ready to go home, but DA has an idea. I think we should go deeper. There's a whole watery world waiting to be explored. Wanda, Ralphie, imagine all the animals you can meet, says DA. Keisha and Carlos, you never back down from a challenge. Tim and Jody, think about the inspiration you find down there. And Arnold, says DA. No way, I want peace and quiet, he says. What could be quieter than the deep sea, pleads DA. Okay, let's do it, her friends shout. As the bus dives deeper, it creaks under the pressure. Suddenly, Arnold shouts, We've sprung a leak! Bus, do your stuff. Fix those leaks, said Ralphie. The bus can't repair itself. It used too much power to get here, says Miss Frizzle. Without any power, the bus sinks deeper into the ocean. Welcome to the Abyssal Pelagic Zone, Miss Frizzle says. Let's try that again. Welcome to the Bits of Pelagic Zone. That means we're 13,000 feet down and the pressure is heavy as 25 elephants, says DA. Now we're in the Pelagic Zone. We're 36,000 feet down and the pressure is as heavy as 5,000 elephants, says Miss Frizzle. How can we survive? Cries Jody. If life can survive down here, so can we, says Miss Frizzle. But I don't see any life, says Ralphie. Miss Frizzle points out to some tube worms. To survive, the tube worms change to the chemicals from inside the earth into food, she says. If the worms can turn the chemicals into food, so can the bus, says DA. Poof! The bus transforms into a tube worm and makes mini subs for the kids. The kids use their mini subs to push the bus towards the chemicals. Then the bus turns the chemicals into energy. The bus is all powered up and ready to do its stuff, says Miss Frizzle. The bus turns into a jellyfish and begins to zoom up towards the surface. The Bits of Pelagic Zone, the Pelagic Zone, the Mesopelagic Zone, and finally the Intertidal Zone, otherwise known as the Sunlight Zone, D8 declares as the bus breaks through the surface. We did it! The class cheers. The end. After reading, discuss which organisms you want to see the most of, and if you went under the sea in your submarine, which ones would you have thought of seeing? Some vocabulary for this story is the word organism, which means a living thing. As an extension, if you would like to go a little bit further with your reading, you can work on the chronological order. Make a list of all the places that the Magic School Bus visited under the sea in order that they were listed. Then make a flowchart to show the order. Illustrate with pictures if you are feeling creative. Have fun, and we'll see you next time.